Hello folks and welcome to the channel. Today we are at the World Touring Car 600. We are making a quick return to Tokyo Expressway. As I've always said, if anybody sends in a suggestion, they send a setup, or if they make a request, I'll always try and do it. So I've got a bit of a list now. But the same guy that sent me a setup using the 959 also sent me one for the GTO Twin Turbo 91. Just going to be gentle here for those people of the older persuasion. Big thank you to Blackmamba for sending these. Don't normally mention people, but I thought that would it benefits the young man that sent it. I say young man, I've no idea, but with a name like Blackmamba, it's got to be mentioned. So I can't say I've honestly tried it yet. I've set it up in the settings. We're going to go through those settings in a minute. I've had to adjust them to adjust for the change of the game, and as you can see it probably at the top of the screen it says PP600, so I've fine-tuned it. Let's go and find out. So there's the race rules, you know about them. Car settings, sports hard because it's going to be wet. You can freeze frame this and record anything you like, but and pause it and then do what you need to do. But here we go, we're going to run through them. Suspension is fully customizable. You can see the various settings there. Again, freeze frame that and go through it. Fully customizable diff, everything's been adjusted, and we're going to use the torque vectoring center diff at 50/50. Recommendation is if you want it to drive a bit like rear wheel drive car, you can tweak it backwards so there's less resistance on the front. Downforce, I've adjusted those to tweak the PP, so 66 and 242. Fully customizable ECU with all the power. 109 ballast, 35 position to the rear. As you can see, the weight balance is 56/44, so there's still quite a bit of weight over the front where the engine is. Fully customizable racing transmission, that has been adjusted. Every one of them there, you'll want to freeze frame that and then make those settings good. No nitrous. High RPM turbocharger, anti-lag system on strong, racing intercooler, racing air cleaner, silencer and exhaust manifold, racing slotted discs, racing brake pads, brake balance controller, racing clutch, and then bore up, stroke up, polish ports, high lift camshaft, racing crankshaft, all the weight reductions and the body rigidity. I think it's quite easy to tell I'm still full of cold, so I apologise if there's any, just like that, any sort of snotty, sneezy, coffee outbursts. I apologise profusely. Still trying to keep the content coming, so let's get down to the track. The race is going to be 12 laps around the Tokyo East circuit. Settings for this will be assists, traction control on, default ABS, everything else off. Controller settings, I'm on a steering wheel, so open wheel configuration. Force feedback 5, sensitivity 6. We are playing the game with the settings on hard. Always recommend to do it that way, purely because I think the game is easier on hard. The AI races with more competitive spirit, less likely to wreck you. They have seemed to have got a bit more, what's the word? Aggressive maybe since the update 131. Okay, let's see what does. Let's see how she goes. It says we're going to get 5 laps. I'm going to drop this to maybe fuel map 4, and we're going to race these boys. I don't know where we're going to brake, probably just before the 200, just to keep this car in line. Oh, she almost wants to stop. Better braking than the 959 at least. She's quite nicely planted on the road. See how well she turns in. See if we can keep it float. No, we'll have to lift because she slides. But she's going around the outside, baby. Oh, there's the wall. Maybe no chance of a clean race bonus. We'll have to do this 2 or 3 times just to see if she will get us a clean race bonus. She really is quite smooth. It's quite well poised. 4-wheel drive, you see. We need to look at the tyres and see what we're going to do with. Oh, there's a little bit of a mid-corner shunt and a glance off the wall. No damage yet though on these little shunts into the wall, so hopefully no naughty boy stuff. Keep the bonus. Car behind just had a bit of a clip. Into 9th place. Another glance off the wall. But no penalties as yet. Going to brake on the 150, I think. Oh, we're in there. Oof, probably need to brake about 170. So I'm going to go to 3 because it's measuring 8 laps. I want to really pit on the 6th lap. I'm not going to mess with the fuel going down the straight. I'm just going to keep it steady away. I can probably go to fuel map 2 to be honest. Itchy nose, itchy nose. Gonna sneeze probably. Not gonna get it up to 6th gear by the looks of it. There is no 6th gear, braking on the 200. Try and get it in. Slight tap on the wall, she was just sliding. So in 8th place, 10 seconds back. Need to know if she's going to do it. Just slid away there, middle of that corner, that wasn't brilliant. She does sit quite well. Might need to push the brake balance to the rear just to even that tyre wear out. She got a bit squirrely then, didn't she? Just 10 seconds back, so it's doing what it needs to do. Will it be capable of a 26-minuter? Not the fastest car, I don't think, but it's going to be very stable, and I think it's going to be one that we could genuinely attempt at getting a clean race bonus with. Chase down Mr. Boudoir now, see if we can pick up his slipstream. It's saying 6 laps from now, so I'm going to give it fuel map 1. See if we can get to the end of lap 6 on fuel map 1. It's only worth pitting once, isn't it? So yeah, brake balance, flick that to the rear. We're chasing down Boudoir, we're going to get him. Even if we overtake just 1 a lap. Need to be aware that we're just going to be higher speed with fuel map on 1, so you just got to brake that, be aware of your braking. And then we just got to watch the car from sliding out. So up to 7th place. See if we can just get it to come in. There we go, don't want it to lose it. Oh, we touched the wall. No damage though. Just on the brakes, a wee touch. I can hear that Porsche rather than this engine. I can hear the turbo blowing though. Lovely little backfire from the Porsche, beautiful. Need to see how fast she's going to go as the fuel load drops off. The extra weight really does help the car. He just closed in on me, stopping me taking the apex, so we'll chase down Mr. Kookaburn and then Mr. Hizal. Hopefully get both of those guys as we chug down this straight. We're not tending to get to the top of the rev range. We're just going to change gear as we flick the blue lights. A 212 then, that was pretty good. We'll get the slipstream past him now. And we might be able to pick up Fraga, you never know. Just going to brake on the 200. Fraga and Hizal going to battle it out. We're just going to drop line astern. Great manoeuvre. Yeah, this car really does control itself on the old throttle and brake. It does respond to what you want it to do. Just feathering the throttle there. Just going to take the outside lane round here. Try not to slip into the wall, but watch that puddle. Just going to squeeze on Mr. Kookaburn. Don't actually know where he is at this point in time. Keep it in fourth, get on the gas. 10 seconds off the lead, so still holding that gap. It'll be I don't think I'm going to change tyres at the pit stop. I think we're going to keep what we've got, save some seconds. I think we're going to have fuel to spare. So we're going to look for the guidance on the fuel level. We only want to do 6 laps, so if we say 6.2. First gear, see if she'll go around the corner. She doesn't like to steer on the throttle, being 4-wheel drive, so let her coast round, and we're definitely in 3rd place. Chasing down Mr. Suswillow, Mr. Gallo out front. She's a mover and a shaker, she definitely is. You could grind this baby all night, I think. And if we have to rerun it just to get the clean bonus and then just prove it with a little bit of a screen clip at the end, that's what we're going to do. Lap 4 was a 2:13. We're anticipating 2:10s. 2:10s and a single pit stop. There's a chance it could be under 26, which would be pretty respectable. What we want is easy grinding, don't we? It's a relatively cheap car to buy as well. And this is a car I admired as a kid. I used to walk past one of these every day on my way to school. It was red as well, just like this one, parked on a driveway on the way down to the train station. I used to walk past it every day, look at it and think, oh yeah, I like that. But it was a car of the times, mid-80s, early 90s, beautiful. Mid-80s, mid to late 80s, definitely. And we're catching Mr. Suswillow, so the car's very predictable. It's not all over the shop like the Porsche 959 was, even though that's a great car to grind with. This one will half a second up on a smooth lap. See if we can use Mr. Suswillow for some draft. We're going to get him before the corner, I think. Just going to give him some room. Going to brake on the 170. There we go. Into second place on lap 5. Now we've got to be aware of the pit stops and the race strategy of the other guys out there. Mr. Gallo just 7 seconds ahead. He's gone into the pit, so we're in the lead now. Happy days. 2:11. That's not bad at all. How much fuel is he going to take? Looks like he's going to take it all. 95 he took. So we're just 1.9 seconds in the lead. 2 seconds. I've got a definite feeling I'm going to start to make a little bit of an own playlist for these Tokyo grinds. It's becoming quite popular on the channel, people wanting grind setups. So massive shout out to Blackmamba for sending me these. As most people know, I just like to use the default stuff on the car when I do my setups, and I've not really had a bad setup at all from the way I've done it. But this is just tweaked and tuned, probably more to my liking, more to make it a very drivable car. And not just slow either, this is relatively quick. Look at that, you can rescue a slide as well with this setup, it's beautiful. Fronts are looking a bit worn, but we're only halfway through the race. They're never going to be 50% done when we get to the end. So let's pit in on this lap to take the fuel. We've just overshot that braking point just a wee bit, but look how well she turns. I think we might have blown the race bonus there. But let's not worry. This is a grind setup, so we'll take with what we get. We probably blew the lap time, but we're never going to see it anyway, because it was the pit-in lap. Fastest lap of the race will be the last lap. We're going to take hards, and then we're going to see where the dot is, the diamond above the 17%. That's the recommended fuel. That should be 6.2. And if it isn't, I'm going to take 6.2. We're down to 4th place. There we go, 6.2 was roughly the target. Down to 5th, it's down to 6th. Down to 8th. She's not the fastest car out the track, so 17 seconds in arrears. Mr. Hazal's gone to the front, Mr. Fraga's up there, Mr. Blazan. Mr. Gallo, who stopped before us, has leapfrogged us. Just kept that in the slide. That's a sign of a really good setup, a car that will slide and just hold its own. So on lap 7 of 12, we're in 8th. 17.2 seconds down. We changed tyres. We didn't have to, did we? Oh, that was silly. Not to worry. We could have saved a couple of seconds if we're going to need it, but please excuse me. Don't think we're going to need the time, to be honest, but 14 seconds behind. We're just going to go through that same grippy motion as we did in the early last laps, but not to worry. I forgot my own little things there, didn't I? We're on 15th minute, so is the 26th possible? 26? Don't know. have to rerun the race to find out. So we can nip up the inside here. Just a bit of door banging. Subaru versus Mitzi. So this was a predecessor of the Evo. Fraga's gone to the pits, Blazan gone to the pits, Hizal gone to the pits. That should see us up to 4th place. And so is Mr. Beauvoir gone to the pits. We're up to 3rd, to 1.3 seconds off the lead. And that feels faster than the 959 was. I know the race has changed slightly depending on which car you use. I'm going to go up the inside of the NSX, through the puddle, braking on the 200. The NSX backed off. The Supra of Yamanaka there just out front, just showing us the line. Rear wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive. We get up his inside, he's left the door open. Beautifully through there, he left nice room. We've got the fastest lap at 2:11.447. Had to have 2 goes at that to get it in there. The car turned beautifully, far more than I was anticipating it would. And it also turned away and gave us another stab. So again, another sign of a great setup. I wonder if I can take that in 3rd rather than to change down to 2nd and just keep a bit of the momentum. I want to see a 2:10 on this lap, really. I think we just got that one brake spot on. Really does turn quite well for a big lump. 1.61 faster. That'll be a sub 2:10, that'll be a 2:09. The 2:09 would be pretty spiffing. And there it is. Get it down to the 2:08s, that'd be terrific. On lap 9, we're 3 seconds in the lead ahead of Gallo. 185, not the full 200 that we were seeing in the 959, but it's still pretty damn good. Braking on the 200, just lifted a little from 4th to 3rd. Get the front end to bite. What I did note is if you tried to give the front end a little bit more downforce, you got a lot more PP added. So I resisted, I put downforce on the rear and then just put weight on. They were the adjustments I was making just to balance the PP up for the new update. And it does everything it says on the tin. Turn in, got a slide, but we've caught it. Bit narrow and tight, but not to worry. Slide out to the wall. Short shift up, just going to touch the brake down to 3rd. See if we can get on the gas and carry the speed a bit. Gonna keep this in 3rd, I think. This time, see how it goes. Use all the torque and the low down grunt of the turbo. I know it's a high RPM turbo, so it'll give us a push at the top end. There we go. Not a massive amount of lag, but it's there. Braking about 160, 170. Not seeing any indicators to say we're on a faster lap or not. Car doesn't want to wheel spin, which is great. That's good for traction. I am running TC, but the TC since the update is a little bit less. But it's a really stable car. 3 laps of fuel remaining. We've got 10, 11 and 12. So we're going to be borderline to the end. Look at that, it just dropped to 2.9 as we went through the line. Gallo's gone to the pits. That means we're going to be leaps and bounds ahead of the car behind. Yamanaka's gone to the pits. We've got a big margin for victory here. And looking at the time, I genuinely don't think we're going to be under 26. It's not going to be as fast as the Porsche, but if I was able to do 209s right from the outset, I reckon if I was to try this again, we could probably set a faster time. But I am doing this as just the first run, straight after creating the setup, so I like to give you it as it is. I'm not going to rubbish it or give you a false impression of what the setup is. This is really good, really good. It's a great grinder. Anything that gives you a chance at winning that clean race bonus makes grinding more profitable, and it makes it worth the effort. At the moment we're looking like we're at Sardinia or Le Mans, just to win all the money, because that's what we need to do. We need to get those credits in our belt, don't we? That's what we're doing the grinding for. Just trying not to over rev the car on the downshift, just because of the fuel problem. But we're also trying to whack in those fastest laps, so with a clean track we're running fairly fast. We are 18 seconds in the lead. We have 2 more laps to run, 11 and 12. That was just a fraction slower. See if we can do it a little bit better with a lesser fuel. Managed to hang on to the car and just get to the trail braking point. Just need to be cautious about the fuel for the last lap. We could have taken a splash more. Excuse me. We could have taken a splash more fuel and just, if we didn't change the tyres, we would have saved loads more time, but that was my mistake. At least I managed to pit on this occasion, which is normally where I go wrong. Almost a second up on our previous best. See if we can get the car sideways a bit, lift the throttle and back on it. 22 seconds in the lead, looking for a 208. That's what I really wouldn't want to see. Really want to see a 208. And I think we might have to just cruise the last lap, because the fuel is looking quite sparse. Might drop it to fuel map 3 just to make sure yeah, we're not going to have enough fuel to get to the end. I don't think we're going to make a 26, but if I was to clean those out laps up, I genuinely think there'd be a 26 something in there. Just going to guarantee we get to the end by dropping the fuel map. So it'll do a 208, which is pretty tidy. Just to make sure it's worth it, I'm going to run the race again, and then I'm just going to give you a clip of the end just to see the time. If it works, if it doesn't, you won't see it and I'll say it, but we'll see how it goes. I made a few wall taps in the first opening parts of the laps, didn't I? And I missed one bend, so can't guarantee there's a clean race bonus in this, but we'll give it a shout. It's really quite a mover of a car. Had a bit of sound lag then, that was a bit bad. Touch the wall. Every one of these touches is not required. 0.3 of fuel left. We should be alright to get to the end. What I'll do is I'll run it from fuel map 1 all the way to the end as well when I rerun it. So here we are, some 28 seconds in the lead. On the last lap, running down to the final finish. Fuel at 0.2. As we change up, that'll drop to 0.1. We just short shift it till we get to the line. And we come through the line bang on the target with fuel. So great looking car. It's got all the wide body, it's got the front and rear lips, it's got the side skirts on. It's got a high rear wing on it with Type 20 rear end plates. It's got everything you need for it to be a great mover. Look at it, 20 seconds in the lead. Didn't lap anybody, but we're never going to on that such short race. Almost did. Mr. Gentry was almost 2 minutes behind. Let's see what we get. Just the 550, no clean race bonus. But I'm going to go and give that a few laps, folks, and I'll just drop in and see if it does any better. There's a view you don't see every day. Do like my helmet, thank you JB. Race suit's pretty tidy too. Don't often see this view from inside the car. A 2:09.2. We did set the fastest lap of the race, but we didn't get a 2:08. Well, happy days. What was the overall time of the race? A 26:58. So it's a 26-second capable car. Happy days. While my throat just recovers from that. So there we have it. Beautiful. No clean race bonus, it looks like. No, nothing there. But not to worry. All well and good. And there you have it, folks. Thank you very much. This is a 26-second, sub 27 capable car. But thank you very much, folks. It's a great little setup there. Thank you, Blackmamba, one more time. It's really appreciated. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. And thanks for taking part. Any comments, likes or subscribes, please do so. It's your free choice. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.